What is up, guys? We're inside the coupe right now, but we're facing the wrong way. And why is that? Well, you see, this fuel line was all cracked and old and stuff like that, dry rotted, and it came out here also dry rotted. So now it's got a copper line, new rubber lines all the way here, all the way to, this is my dry spot because it's wet. And then all of this has been replaced as well, this big one line. It's here in the trunk. Got the cross brace, pretty sick. This is what we used. We went to the parts store and they actually didn't have 8mm copper line, so I had to buy a whole fuel line kit for a Polonaise, of all things, an FSO Polonaise. This is the old line, so this is what my high pressure fuel line looked like, and there was just like a hose on the end of this. Kind of no doubt that it was leaking. And then this is the old fuel filter, and this too just doesn't look the nicest or the newest. Kind of goes with the theme of this car, not the nicest or the newest. Then we brought this guy back home. So he's back home finally. What exhaust is like mostly welded up. I need to go and finish welding the amounts of leaks here. As you guys know, the most amazing exhaust in the world is on this car. New windshield, thank God. So that's really nice. We could see again, be legal again. Car's inspected again. But yeah, same old compact, just working.
Freeze, dancing.
So since we don't have a garage anymore, get ready for a very interesting winter series of working outside. It's gonna be awesome. We're not gonna be looking the best, I'll tell you that right away. Oh look, there's my kitty, my little orange kitty. She's coming. Come here. Hello, hello. Her name is Ruda. So I guess in English, that would be Ginger. My little ginger snap. Go inside. The garage is open. Go. She's like the friendliest kitten ever. And then we got Buddy's car. It's chilling. It's waiting. It did leak some power steering, so we got to look at the fittings and all the lines and stuff and check where it's leaking from. So, leaking power steering, leaking fuel, and leaking exhaust. But also, clutch still doesn't work fully. I think we gotta put in that ZF slave cylinder so that it's a little bit longer, and it should then fully disengage the clutch because it's already bled. And I'm using a Getrag slave, which is a tiny bit shorter than the ZF slave. And with the mix and match of parts that I have in the clutch setup, M3 flywheel, lightweight M3 flywheel, single mass, with the M3 clutch, and then an E34 M5 pressure plate with a welded like arm, the pivot arm, so that it also has an extra little bit of engagement with a stock throw-out bearing, metal pivot pin. And now we're just trying to figure out that clutch slave situation, but I think it's almost figured out. In much unfortunate news, this popped off, so now we're gluing it back together with window urethane. Hopefully that will hold. And then in much more exciting news, we got new ISC rear struts. Now they are adjustable. You can see the adjustable lock and ring right there. Don't judge my inner tire wear. It's fine. There's still a groove. Oh, and we got a kitty. She's coming to help us work. I didn't bother filming installing those because it was honestly very quick, easy, and I think everybody knows how to install rear struts. Oh, now you can see it's starting to rain too. Awesome time to work on cars. Let me tell you about it. Got no other time to do it. Anyway, so while installing those, that's when I noticed the fuel leak. And you know, I was kind of like, oh, why does this car burn so much fuel? Like, I don't feel like it should be burning this much fuel. I'm going through fuel way faster than I thought. I always thought that the car was running really rich, and that's why it was burning fuel, because it kind of smelled like gas. Well, I should have taken a look underneath it, because that's why it's burning so much fuel and smells like fuel, because it's fucking leaking fuel. Make sure to check your fuel lines every once in a while. I can already tell that the return line is gonna need to be replaced too, but not doing that today. All right, we get into the lovely coupe interior I honestly hate so much. Sorry about the gloves. Oh, gotta, you know, do the manual thing. Now let's see if we have any fuel leaks. Now, when you turn your car into the ignition on, you're actually only getting power on. It'll like prime the pump a little bit, or like turn the relay on, but the car or the ECU actually has to sense, oh Jesus, it's really starting to rain now. It has to sense the actual crank signal to then turn the pump on. So here we go. You know what I just realized? Oh, and this is really dumb. Make sure to plug your stuff in, because it is not gonna work without that being plugged in. The light for the fuel gauge is what made me realize. Okay, restart. Okay, still needs a little more fuel. You can hear that pump working. No leaks. Doesn't seem to be any leaks. Now I gotta turn the car off and put it into gear before going underneath it, because I don't want it to roll away. But that's a really good sign. It's already running. Everything's good, realistically. Oh God, it's actually starting to pour. I'm keeping tools in there and in here, but this trunk has to be fully open, and just a gong show. And then we have to test the bearings and the camber plates afterwards, because my steering wheel struggles to go to the right nicely. Oh Jesus, I'm shutting this door. So here's the other old part of the fuel line, and you can just see how old and dry rotted. Come on, there we go. Nope. Right now, I'm trying to get these old LPG pieces of metal out. It's for like propane gas installation or whatever. And then it'd be nice to clean this up a little bit. Probably won't clean any of it up though. Then these are the old Bilsteins. Huh. Oh, no. It is slowly coming back up. So they were not completely blown. They definitely were not good anymore, but they were not blown completely either. So that's pretty cool. Get in there. Oh.
out, but it won't change, yeah. Ay, keeping steady up in my own lane, yeah. Ay, bottle service up when I get paid, yeah. Ay.
Look at all of that line. So all of that has been taken out now. It's actually like good line still. I don't know. Probably go sell it for scrap. You know, buy a beer with the money after or something. That's what a real homeless person would do. And I definitely look homeless right now in this get up. These cars don't make me look much better. This one looks okay, I guess. This one makes me look kind of like a crackhead though. This one's pretty cracky. So the new lines are all, well, this one's kind of sketchy. It is zip tied for extra security, but all of these ones are good. The new line is in. True dual exhaust, baby. Good ass tires. They're almost semi-slicks now. Soon they'll be slicks. So it's starting to get dark out. So I just jacked this thing up, both wheels in the front air into the air, and it's starting to get laid out, so, and dark. It's kind of early still. It's like 6:30, 7, still cold. But anyway, compact. Tomorrow we change out the slave, and we'll see you guys in the morning. This thing, I checked the bearings in the front. They did not seem to have any problems, so I don't know. I think it's more of a steering rack or the steering column bushing possibly, but not really positive. And then I didn't have time to check this, but we'll check this out probably first thing tomorrow and look for the leak. And then we'll go to doing the compact for the rest of the day. And ideally, we'll get this clutch bled and do some drifting, I hope. All right, it's the next day, still cold. And see if the compact starts. Forgot to film it, but they switched spots. So now this one can go up into the air and sit here next to that one. And this one will be easier for me to drive in and out of. It started up, so that's good. Still need to change out that starter, but that'll be after we finally figure out the clutch, which I'm hoping today will be that day. All that rust is painted, that's good.
Me go sit plante, yeah, turn that shit up, caliente. Ay, kung fu, but I ain't your son.
First things first, we're gonna go underneath and check for that power steering leak. So let's look here. There's a little bit of dribblage there. Honestly, I think it's either coming from one of those hoses or that fitting. We might have to turn the car on and run it and see where it's actually coming out of. But you can see it's, I mean, there is fluid that has been leaking. Shame. Now it is a brand new steering rack, so it should not be the rack's fault, but these lines are kind of a mix and match of what was around and available. So one of them might not be the best, and I mean, it's just kind of the way of the road with these things. Sometimes an old 30-year-old line doesn't want to be the most livable piece on the car, so that's okay. I'll buy some fluid this week, and we'll pour it in there, fire it up, see where it's really leaking out of. When I quickly checked it the other day, fired it up and poured some fluid into it, it was before work and it just poured out so fast that I was like, oh god, okay. So we're not gonna, wasn't able to really check then. Now we got a jack, but we got no fluid, so gotta go buy more fluid. So right now we're centimeters away from the fuel filter. Alright, so don't mind the tape there. So we're unscrewing the slave, and I'll try and show you guys the difference. It's a shame because this is a brand new 325i slave. It costs like $100. Well, I'm gonna just put this guy back in for now and talk to some people. Alright, so I have it out, and one thing I did notice is it's really like squishy right there. Maybe it's straight up just isn't bled fully yet. I mean, I can push it in like that. Huh. Super duper interesting. It is a brand new socks part, but that feels wrong. Then I have this one. This one's stiff. Doesn't want to go in. The fluid comes out. But it does look like it is actually shorter than that one. Now I don't know what to do. Alright, so we're out of the car now, and I'm just not gonna put that in. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to a few people and try to figure out if anyone has a better opinion on what to do, or might just weld like a centimeter to the tip of the rod, and it should work in theory then. So we'll see. I'll talk to my boss at work too. He might have a better idea. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry that it's ended the way it ended. Honestly, feel pretty bad about the lack of excitement. It's just been a lot of busyness. Hyped that this thing's back home at least. Really happy that this thing's back to being ready to daily drive. Kind of sad about that one, but whatever. That power steering, so you don't even need power steering. This thing needs a clutch though. It needs a clutch.
Ay, tore this shit down in my own way. I be getting bands, getting plenty. Pay for risk code. Get that bag, I'm gon' take that shit home. Roll that blunt, I'm gon' smoke on my own. Get these bands, yeah, we gon' roll. Pay for risk code. Get that bag, I gon' take that shit home. Roll that blunt, I gon' smoke on my own. Smoking our pounds, yeah, we gon' roll. Slide, ash, freeze, dance, slide, ash, freeze, dance.
Yeah, how about we sip some, get nasty? Like it when you're tipsy and you get a little ratchet. I take 2 shots, now I know that you'll match it.